Yo, what's up everybody? My name is Prestige. Welcome to my second channel. Today we're going to be playing some zone control on Destiny, the Taken King. So one thing that I gotta say is in this particular video, we're going to talk about my transition from year 1 to year 2 because it was a little interesting, I guess you could say. I was a huge fan, and I say was a huge fan of Destiny year 1. For a long time. I had 3 different characters, so I had the Hunter, the Warlock, the Titan. All 3 of those characters were over level 25, which was a very awesome thing. Like, being able to rank up like that and get the light level and play the raid and just have a lot of fun with friends. That was the whole thing about Destiny. You know, being able to earn those engrams and go decode them at the Cryptarch and get trolled by them when you get something really lame. That's all about the fun, you know. You grind out to get something that hopefully ranks you up, and that was the whole point of year 1. To me, I lost a lot of interest after grinding the Vault of Glass maybe 5, 6, 7 times. Unfortunately, not being able to get any new piece of gear that would help my Titan rank up his light level, it really did take a toll on my, I guess you would say, my thoughts on the game. It was one of those things where it's like, I don't really know if I want to play this. You know, what if I play the Vault of Glass one more time and I don't get anything good? But then it was always that little thought process and that inspiration there, like, oh man, maybe if I do play, I'll be able to get the new piece of gear that could rank up my light level. And it was always something that was in the back of my mind. I of course stopped playing Destiny after that, and I think I left my Titan at level 28. I didn't play any of the expansions that came out. I didn't play the Dark Below. I didn't play the House of Wolves. And it was just, I didn't have any interest in the game at all. So then when the Taken King was announced, all of my friends were saying, man, you've got to get this game. It's a lot of fun. It's so different from year 1. And I was very weary. I didn't know what to do. So I took the plunge and I said, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and get the Taken King. And I have got to say, I am so surprised. Like, I'm absolutely surprised how much fun I'm having with the Taken King and how much different it is and how much inspiration Bungie took from the community to make certain changes to the game itself. So if you play the game now, your max level is level 40. And in order to earn level 40, you literally just play the campaign. You just play the story mode. You just play strikes. You just play raids. Like, you literally, well, you can't play a raid at level 30 or anything. You have to have a high light level for the raid, but you just play strikes, you just play missions, and every kill you get on the hive, every kill you get on, like, thralls and just minions that are in the game, you will earn XP towards your level 40. And then once you get level 40, that's when the light level rush begins. But this time, it's changed completely. So you don't have to get pieces of gear that actually has light attached to it. You just get pieces of gear that are better than the ones before it. Something that you would do anyway. So let's say you had a body armor piece that was 200 defense. If you got something that was 220 defense, obviously you're going to put that on, right? So if you put that on, boom, your light level increases because light level is based on defense of your equipment, and it's also based on attack strength, or attack, I guess you would say, stats of your weapons. So the Hawk Moon I'm using in this gameplay I actually got from Xur, so it's at 280. It might not be the best, but there's also a new thing that you can do where you can infuse a stronger weapon into this weapon to raise the attack level of the Hawk Moon, which is absolutely interesting. Same thing can be done with armor pieces that are legendary or exotic. So if you're somebody that may not want to play the raid, right? Like somebody that, I don't know if I want to play the raid, it just might not be a good time, or maybe you play solo. Like sometimes I play solo and I don't have a team of 5 other people that can play the raid with me. It's cool because you're able to play the strikes either by yourself or just find 2 other random people. You can get better gear from engrams from the Cryptarch, and then you can rank up your light level all on your own. You don't have to worry about not being able to go into the raid. But if you really want to get the absolute best pieces of gear, of course you're going to have to do the raid. If you want to get the coolest looking pieces of gear, you're going to have to do the raid. Like, that's that give or take. So you don't necessarily have to do it, right? You're still able to inflate your light level by getting pieces of gear and different weapons, But if you want to have the best of the best, the raid is still the way to go. And right here I regret. I should have pulled out the Sunbreaker a little bit sooner. I fell off, but at least I took 2 of them with me. Man, their whole team was right there. I could have had like a 5-man hammer spree. That would have been sick. And that's another thing too. New subclasses. So we have the Sunbreaker here with my Titan. You know, you rank it all up, and it's pretty much like you start the game all over again. Like, all of your stuff that you had from year 1 is pretty much null and void if you really think about it that way. So it's one of those things where it's like, yes, I have this exotic weapon from year 1. Yes, I have this exotic piece of gear from year 1. But defense 160, defense 170, that's not gonna do you any good here since everything has been increased. And that's one thing that you will have to worry about, I guess you could say. But starting over is so easy. I mean, the first strike you do, the first green engram you get, the first body armor engram you get, let's say you're wearing something from year 1 that's an exotic chest piece, it's gonna be immediately better by like maybe 40 points. Like, that's the thing, you have to have that give or take, and that's a cool thing too. Like, if you had all that stuff, you can go ahead and delete it, but if you're like a collector and you want to have it in your armory or something, you can just get rid of it all, and then bada bing bada boom, you have a bunch of different exotic shards and stuff like that will help you throughout the game. So that's what I like about it so far. Otherwise, I would say, for a recommendation for anybody that's kind of on the fence of whether or not they should get it or not, like, people have been asking me if I think it's worth it, and absolutely, like, it's worth the $40 price tag. It is, because there's just so much content jam-packed into it. Like, there's an actual story now, and before there was a story, but it wasn't really in-depth. Now it's in-depth. Like, you have something that's actually explained, you have the narrator, you don't have Dinklebot anymore. Nolan North, I believe, actually took over the vocals of the little ghost, which is something that's interesting as well. That took a little bit of time of getting used to, because all of the narration in this game has been changed to Nolan North instead of Sir Dinklebot. So Peter Dinklage, if you didn't know. But that's just what I gotta say about the Taken King. It's a lot of fun. I absolutely think it's a blast to play. I think that anybody out there that is looking for a new game to hold them over until Black Ops 3, like me, I was looking for another first-person shooter. I have Tomb Raider and a bunch of other games that I've been playing in the background. But Destiny is one of those games that when you're sitting at work or you're away from your controller and you're just sitting there thinking like, man, I really wish I could pick up the game and play it again. Man, I really wish I could raise my light level. Like, what am I going to do? Like, what strike am I going to play? Or what's going to be the next thing that I approach? What piece of gear am I going to get next? And that's the best thing. And one more thing that I would like to say, they changed the strikes completely. Like, if you go into a strike, it's a little bit different. Like, it always changes, right? So there might be different enemies. You might have the Taken enemies, or you might have your regular Vex or whatever. Or you might have your regular Cabals, or you might have your regular Hive. But they might be Taken. They might be different than before, which is really interesting. Another thing as well, when you complete the Ultra, or when you fight the Ultra at the end of the game, you have, like, a huge chance of actually seeing a bunch of engrams just pop out. And that's what I love. Like, it's so sweet. And you can be rewarded by patrolling on a bunch of different places. So that is that, guys. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments section about the Taken King. I hope you enjoyed this video today. I mean, this was literally like my second or third game of online. So let me know what you guys think. Once again, leave a like down below if you enjoyed. And until next time, I'm out. Peace.